Hey, good morning, everyone. This is Jennifer Sanchez. You are watching the Wise Morning Coffee Chat Show, where we just have conversation with other amazing ladies from our community. We bring on game changers. We have our co-hosts who are amazing community members who have taken are really involved in WISE and their coaching program. So this is just a great opportunity for conversation. So who am I? I'm gonna lead with today wife, mom of three, dog mom, cat mom. What else? Aunt. No, not an aunt. Have one sister. I have one sister. Um, but I also am the founder of the Women's Institute of Self Development and Efficacy, WISE for short. We do workshops, conferences, retreats, you name it, we do it. Our goal is to help a woman holistically, health and wellness, self love. So that's who I am. Nara, let them know who you are.
I'm a wife and a mom. I believe that Jesus is king. I'm a coffee drinker. I'm an avid researcher. And I'm about to take my certification to get into the tech world for Salesforce.
Nice. Congratulations. You are a good salesperson. I like sales. I think I'm pretty good at sales too. But that's a
Yeah,
good
I
field
think
for
you're
you
the
for sure.
queen.
I don't think I'm a queen. You be selling though. Yesterday we went to a bridal shower. You were selling
TikTok. It's on TikTok.
selling TikTok, selling your consulting services to the staff. I was like, look at her, she's selling. I'm not even thinking about selling anything right now, but that's you. That's who you are. So, for those that are watching, if you are watching from the support group, the private Facebook group, please make sure that you click on the chat.restream.io/FB just to show your name. Give permission to Restream
Yeah.
to show who you are. It's also in the comment section of this conversation. So we have a lot of good stuff to talk about this morning. I'm excited. But of course, first and foremost, we got to go into a coffee time segment. So if you are just jumping on and you have no clue what this is all about, we go into a part of our show where you're just talking about what kind of coffee we're drinking this morning. What I love about this is you get to tell people's personalities from coffee. And by the way, Nora, yesterday that coffee was terrible. Just saying. I'm not saying who we drank coffee with or where we drank coffee from, because, but that was
It
just
was
way too
full
sweet
of
for me.
sugar. And did you see how full the restaurant was? That restaurant was full, and that menu was number one ingredient, sugar.
Yeah, I don't drink coffee with sugar. Once in a while, I'll take some sugar here and there. I don't mind a little bit here just to give it a little sweetness or a little bit of cinnamon, like, or a little bit of flavors. But I thought I was drinking. I kept saying crack. Like, I'm like, what the heck am I drinking?
Yeah.
So I think I'm still feeling the after effects of it. To be honest with you,
Oh my
just
gosh.
put. That's crazy how that much sugar was in it that I was still feeling it till the nighttime.
But there are people there that had tables of sugared drinks, milkshakes. It was like a knockoff sugar factory,
You're right. You're
but for
right. It
like
makes
coffee,
sense.
like a
The
sugar
coffee.
factory for coffee almost. And you looked at all these other tables and they just had these, like, so they'd have the coffee, but then they dip it into chocolate all the way around, chocolate sprinkles, and then there'd be it was and all those, that's all that those people were eating.
Yeah. Did you catch me where I was at the menu? I was like, can you tell me how much calories is in this?
I was like, do you have avocado toast? Do you have avocado toast?
Yeah, we're all here trying to be all health conscious, and this restaurant is like, what are you talking about? Why are you in this restaurant?
They're
Um,
like, no, no, we don't. I'm like, okay.
So, what are you drinking, Nara? Let the viewers know what are you drinking this
I'm just
morning.
drinking my black coffee, and then I put a splash of my protein creamer in it, and some sprinkles of cinnamon, which I really, really like.
Nice. Cinnamon with coffee is really good. I like that
Yes,
for
I
sure.
love it. I'm so obsessed with
Um,
it.
yeah, and cinnamon's good for burning fat. I know that's like another like type of cayenne pepper. People like to drink cayenne pepper. You could do the same thing with cinnamon. Cinnamon helps in that
Yeah.
area. Makes sense maybe why people in Mexico are so strong and fit and alive and cancer free. I think.
My husband and I have had so many talks about that.
Yeah, I'm like, "What, really?" So, I'm drinking black coffee. It is French vanilla flavored. It's from the Keurig, but this time I put Beachbody collagen in it. So, our famous,
Ooh, getting
yeah,
your
my collagen in. I've been drinking collagen with a different product, Usana, which I love it. It's more sweet, more berry flavor. So when I put that collagen in coffee, that's too sweet for me. But then
mm,
this collagen actually doesn't really have flavor. So it works out great. I could drink that in coffee all day. So thanks, Mary. Shout out to Mary with her Beachbody collagen that I'm trying out. It actually, I'll let you know how I'm looking. I'm starting to get crow's feet. I don't know if you've noticed. I don't know if you starting. I don't know, as women, like, have you started noticing like changes, right? Like, we're in our mid 30s. Well, I'm in my mid 30s. I know you're in your mid 30s too, Nara, right? We're both in our mid 30s.
I think we're a
Um,
year apart.
yeah, like, I'm starting to notice like little things here and there, and I'm like, oh, is this what aging feels like?
Yeah.
So if you guys are watching, let us know what you're drinking. Don't be shy. Write it in the chat. The whole point is this is a coffee show. So let's go. Do you want to go straight into the plastic surgery conversation since we just started? We kind of
Yeah.
went into that. So plastic surgery. Yesterday, we went out, a group of us ladies, to celebrate another woman in our community who's getting married, Liza. Shout out to Liza. She's getting married in T-minus 3 weeks. Um, we were talking about, somehow we started talking about plastic surgery. I don't even remember. Oh, I remember how the conversation kicked off. So on our event on Friday, we had Break the Silence
Oh, yeah.
Foundation, and they were talking about how they have surgeons that donate their time to reconstruct women's faces that have been physically abused in domestic violence. And these surgeons give their time pro bono to reconstruct these women's faces. So you guys got to connect with breakthesilencefoundation.org. They are a really good organization. If it, they came out, shout out to Hortensia. She's one of she's on the board for that organization. It was just really good. Her story, the initiative of the organization gave some good tips, but check them out. And if you know, they do have a call center. So if anyone that you know is going through domestic violence and they're in crisis, you can check them out on their website or refer people to them for services. So that was really powerful. So, Nara, remind me how we segued from that conversation into the plastic surgery conversation.
I'm not exact. I don't remember the whole process of it, but I remember we started talking about the Charlene thing that she had like a Charlene's a Beachbody coach, really really
Oh,
famous, and she had a botched like boob job or something, and she's
Shailene
suing them.
Johnson. Yeah.
But and then, like I was just telling you earlier that that I've kind of always thought about it, and I know like there's some celebrities like I know the Kardashians talk about like Botox or fillers or like Kylie does her lips or something, and then you have Kim and Courtney that are older than us. I think they're already in their 40s. Chloe's our age, but they all talk about like the Botox. I know I didn't know you could do the Botox for migraines apparently. But
I do know you could do Botox for MS. because I know some people that have MS, and when you have MS, which is a neurological, um, I don't want to say, I don't
The
know if it's
nerve, right?
disease. It's, yeah, it's part of the nervous system where it's, you start forgetting your memory, you start losing, you losing motor skills, and I guess the brain actually, the skull will decay. Like your skull will start, if it's too fast or too progressive. So I know you got to put Botox injections to help, with your skull.
Um,
I don't know too much, but I know family members who struggle with that. So um, I can only imagine. I mean, and then we crack jokes and be like, "Oh, put a little Botox in my face," while you're there, But I've never considered Botox, even though I know, isn't that pig cartilage? Isn't Botox
oh,
pig
I never
cartilage?
even know. I didn't know
I
that. I thought Botox
it's
was all chemicals.
I think it's pig cartilage, in all honesty. I don't know if someone can write it
Um,
in the chat or share with us, but I'm almost like 75% sure that that's what that is. That's why I thought I never want to put pig cartilage in my face. Um, but I don't know, maybe they changed it.
I mean, so I've been, and this is really fun. Like, if any of the viewers want to put down or cop to any even non-invasive procedures they've had, I've been checking it out lately. To be honest with
Mm,
you, because I have those crow's feet, and I look at pictures of myself when I'm 20, my eyebrows have like dropped dramatically. And there's these makeup influencers that they have like these huge eyebrows that go like this, but it looks cool on them. It kind of like rounds it back or whatever, and it looks super, super cool. And I want like eyebrows like that. And they say that they get Botox. That's how they get those eyebrows that are like, because when I look at pictures of myself 10 years ago, my eyebrows were like this. I didn't have any of those crow's feet. And I feel like my whole eyelid is just drooping. It's just
yeah.
drooping. And when you're talking about collagen, it's like I remember when my cheekbones showed, like, you know so I was like, how do I fix this? So I've been thinking about it. I was teasing Jen off camera, telling her, I said, in 10 years, Wise is gonna have Botox parties. She's like, no, never. I said, okay.
We're, we're not gonna do no Botox parties. There's remedies. We need to stick to the holistic, natural ways of staying young and youthful. No, but I've heard. Now I don't know if this is true. Maybe older people can vouch for it, but like, don't sleep face down. Like this is a big thing. Like I've heard from older women, and I don't know if you've ever heard this, or I don't know if it's a Mexican thing, but if you want your face to stay like, fresh and not like sagging, like we're supposed to, like keep our lay down face up. Like, and again, this could be a wives, one of those myths or things that people just do, but like, how do you do it in poor countries? How do you do it in like low, in poverty stricken, like immigrants? Like, how would you preserve that, right? Like, I don't know. I don't know
Yeah,
if
how do
anyone
you
has
keep
tips.
your skin firm?
Yeah, how do you keep your skin firm? I know this is the time, or this is the age where everyone's like putting on creams, putting on lotions, making sure they take care of everything, right? Because like things are gonna start discombobulating.
I mean,
you
the
know?
amount of like joint pain that I have, I'm like, what the heck? And you know what? I was so funny when you're talking about the sugar thing. I was like, like you have like a sugar hangover, and I remember having hangovers that like were like, oh yeah, I stayed up until 5, and I'm waking up at 8, and I'm going to work, and like, oh, I'm gonna tough it out. Like that would never fly. Like, look, we have sugar hangovers. Like you're like, it's still affecting me. We have like sugar
Yeah.
hangovers. It's just like the age is weird.
You're so I love your optimism, because when we were in the restaurant and I was complaining about how sweet the coffee was, you were like, "But aren't you so proud that your body's reacting this way to sugar?" I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
my whole like I'm sitting here like mad, upset, and you're like flipping like, but aren't you proud of your body to hate this the way it's feeling? I'm like, okay, Nara, yes, I am proud.
It does show that you did so much, a lot of work, because let's face it, we live in America, and people, let alone just in the milk program in schools, kids drink over, just from the milk program alone, they drink a wheelbarrow full of sugar just from that. So it's, sugar is something that's so in this culture, this American culture. So it's good
Yeah,
morning.
we have Jennifer. She's also a graduate of our coaching program. Good morning, ladies. Good morning, Jennifer. She be up and at 'em early in the morning. I see her post. I'd be like, man, she out there. She doing it. Um, in Texas, she'd be out there doing big things in Texas. You know, Texans
Oh
do big things, right?
wow. Oh yeah, I wanted to ask people too if anybody's done that cool sculpting thing.
Oh, we were talking, and we were just talking about cool sculpting. So I've heard, and this is again
Yes.
not a red, but that people are getting like bad after effects from that cool sculpting because it's supposed to freeze your fat cells, and you're supposed to pee out your fat cells when you do that procedure. Am I right or am I wrong? Is that what it is?
It's something like that, yeah. And it's
Yeah,
non-invasive and it doesn't hurt, and
yeah. The only thing I would ever consider, in all honesty, I've thought about it, is the taking out the it's not lipo, but they take out your fat with like a needle and they're just sitting there like they suck it out and then they inject it in other parts of your body. So then it's supposed to be non-invasive either. I've seen videos. I'm watching here plastic surgeons like, so this is what they do. Like they're just sucking her fat out of her stomach and she's awake and they're having a conversation like la la la. And then he's like, where you want me to put this? And then he's injecting it in her breasts, or they'll put it in their butt. And that is supposed to be like a 1 day procedure and you could go to work the next day. That I've thought of. I've never thought of like, I don't want to go under. You hear all these terrible, there we see Priscilla, she said it's a fat transfer. Yeah, that I don't mind looking
so where
into
would you
that.
put it?
I don't know. I don't remember
Your
who
butt?
was it, or
You
no,
probably
on my
put it in your butt. Where else
no,
did
I would
you put it?
not.
Like your thighs? Your breasts maybe?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I probably do. That's what I've considered, but not like, oh, yeah, like I don't get. I watched a couple videos. I'm like, this is interesting. Let me continue to watch it. But you know what they say, right? Lifting and working out is the poor man's plastic surgery. So at this
Well,
point,
we're already doing that, yeah.
that's
So
all that we could do, right? Like, I don't want to. I'm too honestly. I'm too frugal. I'm too cheap. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm too cheap to to pay for that. Like, I will pay for food before I pay for surgeries. Like, I'm a fatty, so usually Priscilla says right here. Usually from gut to butt. That's what Priscilla says.
go ahead. Get your Kim Kardashian on, Jennifer. Do it, do
Oh
it, do
God.
it.
No, no, no. I wouldn't even do butt. I would do chest if that was my choice. But anyways, this is just a really random conversation. How did we get here? like
Doing
what do
plastic
you
surgery. Well, because of aging, and also too, like I would consider doing a nose job because, again, looking back at pictures, I used to have this cute nose, and I'm only 35. If you go around your parents, they have these huge noses because your nose grows with age. Your nose and ears grows with age. And like my husband is like 10 years older than me and his nose is like so big. And I just like I don't want that. Like I used to have a cute little button nose and it's getting bigger. And I cannot stand like the way that I look is different. It's just like I don't like it because so we're only 35, so I've still spent the majority of my life looking like that, not like
mm,
this.
well, I
Well,
know
it's like I don't.
our faces are gonna change. Our faces are gonna change. We're gonna mature. One tip that I did hear from a good friend of mine when I was working, she's in her 60s or still in her, or maybe in her 70s now. She's older. Um, she said wear scarves. That was one of her tricks. Like, you know how when you get older, this kind of gets wrinkly and
Yeah,
like
it's
your
just
chest.
gross. Yeah, who wants that stuff? Yeah.
But she's an older woman and she's like, look, like I don't have wrinkles. And I remember her showing me and I was like, you don't have wrinkles, what did you do, and she was like, I just wear scarves, I protect my chest from hitting air and being exposed, so I'm constantly, and she always had scarves, always. And like for real, her neck was smooth, her chest right here was smooth, it wasn't wrinkly, and she's in her 60s. So that was like, well, you
Wow.
preserve the moisture. I get it. I get it. So I was like, I'm gonna do that trick as I get older. I'm gonna preserve that because I don't want to get all wrinkly like that, right? Not. I don't think nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to get older, or everyone wants to try to stay as youthful as possible.
Yeah.
Um, but this is a good conversation. Let's go into our next topic since we're talking about like poor man's working out is the poor man's plastic surgery. Let's go let's go into thrifting. I personally, I don't know how many people here are watching that are thrifters that like thrifting. I am frugal. I'm just gonna put it out there. I like to be cheap, in the sense of my only setback is fast food. Like eating out is probably for me my biggest, like whatever eats up my money, that's what will eat it up. I will do everything else. I go thrifting, I'll buy used stuff, I'll take hand-me-downs. Like I'm good with that. I'm not ashamed of that at all whatsoever. If anything, I like thrift shopping. I go to Milwaukee Avenue and look for all them thrift stores. Have you been to Milwaukee Avenue? Anybody? Have you, Nara
Milwaukee Avenue and what?
and Damon?
Yeah, the Goodwill
There,
stuff there.
yeah, there's a whole bunch of Goodwill stores there. It's like at least three or four, and
Is that
that's
on
in
the
like the
bridge? Is that on the bridge? Or am I
no,
thinking?
it's
No, it's Ashland. That's Ashland.
yeah, but it's a big hipster area, and there's a lot of like thrift stores, and I've done days where I'm like thrift shopping and I'm just gonna go see what I find these amazing like deals that you won't ever find in a regular store. Like I found like Calvin Klein jackets. I found like good quality that's like in thrift stores, and I rather that than paying full price.
I mean, my husband has that luck too. He, like, I remember thinking when we were dating, like, wow, he's so well dressed. But every time I asked him, like, wow, that's like a, why are you so obsessed with labels or something? And because like I'm a Walmart shopper, like I don't care. Like if I like something, I'm gonna buy it and wear it. But then that's when he told me, he's like, oh, I got this like at Goodwill like 10 years ago for like $5. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I wanted to just wring his little neck because here I'd be like in like a $200 outfit, with a stain on it, and I freak out and I'm like, ah. So he has really good luck. Like I know I went to that area not too long ago and I couldn't find anything, nothing. Like clothes is not something that I've ever been lucky at thrifting, like for myself. Now for my daughter, like especially with her age, I've had so much luck. So much luck getting
Mm,
secondhand things and looking. But for me, for clothes is just like I'm probably the most unluckiest person ever for myself.
yeah. I think I gotta take you thrifting shopping and just take
Yeah.
you to the stores that I've been to, because if you go, I've found some good stuff, and it's like a. I know some women are familiar with the Plato's Closet. Like I know women like that store. It's
What is
like
that?
Plato closets like that, but all on Milwaukee. Have you been to a Plato's Closet? I don't know if you've been there.
Mm-mm.
No. Oh. That's another one, and it's supposed to have like all like um in style type items. I mean, we went to another one too. I think last year we went to a different like upscale thrift store, and they exist, and I think they're amazing. Like we're trying to. What do you do when you thrift? You kind of save the environment, right? You're like eco friendly. You're not creating more garbage, right? You're reusing, and I think maybe sometimes people see it as, somebody wore it. Like, just stick it in the washer and put a whole bunch of, put freaking, I've put vinegar in it with my detergent, right? Like,
I've
let's
heard
just,
that. That's really good.
yeah, vinegar it kills bacteria. So if you're worried about somebody else's clothes, like, just wash it. And I know people are like, oh, that's gross. Like, just clean it. Like, it's not a, like, to me,
Yeah.
at least to me, I don't get grossed out. I know some people do, some people might, but I'm open. I don't know if anyone's open to that idea. People are pretty quiet out here. Like, let me know if you guys are thrift shoppers. Have
Do you
you
know?
gone thrifting?
Do you know what I do? Is I do a lot of Facebook Marketplace and Facebook like free cycle groups.
Mm,
And also for like Gabriella's clothes, my cousin gives me, she has 3 daughters, and she gives
mm,
me all her clothes because she's done having kids. Like she's done. And so she's like, I have all this clothes now because she kept all the baby stuff, and now she's like, so she just gives me all of their clothes. So it's like to me, thrifting is like literally going to stores like secondhand stores and picking stuff up. I've had so much more luck like online or getting things from people I know or from like free cycle, especially.
yeah.
I feel like the free cycles are like karma AF. Like, so I try to post stuff like all the time for free. And then all of a sudden, I'll be like the only person in the group that sees this this item like pop up, and it's really good, and I like call dibs on it. Like,
Yeah, those are
really good
good.
luck like that. And I also have been like so inspired. Can I go into the birthday party talk real fast?
Yeah, let's
Okay.
do it.
So um I was how did it start? Like I think looking around calling people for prices because my daughter's first birthday is in December, and because it's in December, she's a Christmas Eve baby, so I'm trying to have her birthday like a week before. No,
Oh,
go ahead.
we froze for a little bit. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. So my daughter's birthday is in December, and I'm just basically trying to book everything now, like 8 weeks out, because December is a crazy month. So I'm like all in
Mm-hmm.
one. I'm trying to find somebody for decorations because I don't know how to make like a balloon garland. Like I make Dollar Tree wreaths. I don't. And then I'm trying to find somebody for like desserts, like a sweet table, and then another person for like a soft play area for because she's like one, and all the kids that are gonna be there, they're not gonna be teenagers, like they're gonna be toddlers. And I'm just like, people are like, oh, like basically to fill cylinders with candy, they want like $400. And I'm like raking it all up. And it's like almost $1,000. And I'm like, there's no way. There's no way.
Yeah.
And that's not even the cost of food. So there's this one lady in one of these free cycle groups that I saw, and I went back to her post, and I didn't pay much attention to it. I had to search for it and blah, 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 and I came upon it. And she had upcycled her daughter's entire birthday party, and she put pictures of it. Like she did a whole theme, and it was just like, and I didn't even know this was a thing, like for people like balloon arches and garlands, because they pay so much money for it. A lot of people will resell it online. And so all you do is you just refill the balloons with helium. And then all of a sudden you have this like whole garland or, this whole balloon setup. And I didn't even realize it. So I'm reading through her post because she's basically breaking it down how she did this party. And it was like you could never have thought that it was an upcycled birthday party. And then they go into like how eco-friendly, like all this stuff, and they break it down. It's eco-friendly, it's no waste, blah blah blah. And I'm just like, why don't I do that? Like, I really don't want to pay thousands of dollars for every single birthday party. And then I called you, and I'm like, you've been doing birthday parties for like so many years. How much money do you spend? Because these people, like, I'm already like at $1,000 without the cost of food and like blah 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 blah. And you're like, oh my god, because you have like 13 years of it, and I'm on like number one. And I could not fathom that you spent thousands of dollars 3 times a year. I'm like, so tell me what you did. And so. And then you broke it down. But so basically, if the listeners, the viewers, if they could break down their little birthday hacks, because so right now I'm basically going to DIY it. I'm going to do the eco-friendly, and now it's a competition. So now I'm saying, okay, here's a price and how much can I get down from it and how much can I do myself? And I've turned it into a huge game for the next 8 weeks of basically upcycling and like all this stuff. So that's why.
I think even like after you brought it to my attention, I thought, for a second I was hoarding decorations from parties, right? Because I would always throw a themed party. And I started hoarding the items. And then like recently, the last couple of years, I started like, no, this goes in the garbage. It got used. It's done. Garbage. Like even recently with my Camila's birthday, the baby, like I didn't even think about saving the balloons. I just popped all those suckers and threw them out in the garbage. Like, get rid of it, So I guess I would wonder, like, if it was a balloon, are you telling me people undo the air and then save the balloon and put it back in its packaging? Is that what they do with the balloons?
No, they keep it. Like, there's a way to like add air to balloon.
Interesting. Well,
through helium, and then they add the helium to them and they make it look new.
Interesting. I mean, like, I guess like I have the 2 still from the birthday party. I guess if once it's done, I can go back to the place and be like, refill it up with helium at Party City and it'll blow up again nice. I guess that's what you mean, right?
Yeah.
I could see other decorations, and I mean, now that I think about it, I should donate. Like, if I do have decorations around this house, like I should be like, here, anybody want this? Take it, because I would rather someone use it than just be thrown out and make more waste. But I mean, yeah, for me, I think one of the things for me, like cakes, I know that before I loved Costco cakes. Then the trend of Costco cakes are really economical. And actually, I know some ladies love Walmart cakes. I guess there's Walmart, some of them have bakeries. I don't have a bakery at my Walmart, but I know some do. And they, according to what I've heard, that they do some really good economical cakes.
Yeah.
I just love like for me, I need to do the fonda or the pretty like character cakes. Like I'm real big. For one point, I was doing cupcake cakes. I don't know if you've ever done that, where it's like it looks like a cake,
tier.
but well, no, not a tier. It looks like a cake. It's all the little cupcakes, and it has just a whole over it. So it looks like a cake, but then when people go to it, they're pulling away cupcakes. You know what I'm saying? So like you're looking at a cake, it looks like a square, but people are like grabbing their cupcakes, and then you don't need a plate. They just eat their cupcake and throw out the foil. That's something that maybe that would work. I know I did that a couple years, but then I kind of got tired of cupcake cakes.
I mean, I do donuts. I'm just gonna do donuts, and then I was looking like because I feel like cake is so overrated. And then I don't know about you, but the Weight Watcher app, one slice of cake is like 13 points. So
Yeah, I've reduced cake by a lot. I get the smallest size cake. No one ever eats cake. I used to get these cakes for like
yeah,
80 plus people, and now it's like, you know what, give me the smallest cake for 10 people. Even for a party of 20, I have to get 10 and it still doesn't get finished. So don't go all out on cake because really people don't utilize it. But I know that we're coming, we got to wrap up over here. Nara, do you have any final words that you want to share with the viewers?
like even if you're watching this on a replay, I'm seriously looking for the best birthday party ideas of like recycling of the whole how to be financially smart with birthday parties because they can add up fast. So if anybody has more experience, please put it down in the chat. Help a girl out, and I hope that you and everybody else has a great week. And thank you for letting me co-host.
Yeah, thank you, Nara. I know you did the whole month of October. We appreciate you. We ended with a bang, and then, we'll bring you next month or another different month. But we thank you so much for bringing all these exciting topics for the entire month of October.
Thank you.
Thank you. So, everyone watching, make sure that you keep following us if you like us, what we're talking about. We have our free Facebook group, Community Wise Women Support Group. We do have an exclusive membership group if you guys want to join them. There's more strategy involved with that community, book club, meetings, masterminds. We have that community as well. So, thank you
And
so
it's
much,
fun.
everyone. And it's fun. So God bless you guys. You guys have an amazing rest of your day and week.